Some destinies do not announce themselves with joy. They arrive with thunder. I remember the night my brother was born. The sky was angry. The wind screamed like it was warning the earth. Our mother ran through the bush barefoot, her body heavy with life, her mouth full of prayers she could barely finish. Every step she took felt like a race between heaven and darkness. Before she reached the hut, she collapsed. And in that moment, the storm stood still. My brother arrived the same way he would later leave, interrupting darkness. For 3 breaths, the thunder stopped. The wind bowed. Silence filled the air like fear itself was holding its breath. That was when they saw it. A mark on his chest. 2 calabashes. 1 body. 2 parts. That was the first time I heard the name they would later whisper about him. Alápo Méjì. The child of 2 destinies. But while my mother held him and declared him God's own, someone else was already watching. There are people who do not celebrate light. They study it. Before dawn. In a place where prayers do not reach. A man who understood darkness smiled. He did not need to see my brother's face. The signs had already spoken. A star had entered the world. A dangerous one. A child pulled by 2 forces. And he decided that my brother would not escape his hands. Growing up, Adigun was different. Not strange. Just more. He ran faster than the other children. Learned quicker. Laughed louder. But sometimes, he would stop suddenly. As if someone had called his name from a place we could not see. He would shake his head, argue with the air, and return to play. We laughed it off. But my mother never did. She watched him the way mothers watch storms, knowing they can change direction at any moment. One night, he woke up screaming. He said someone was calling him from the forest, calling him by name, calling him home. My mother did not ask questions. She prayed. She prayed like a woman who understood that some battles are not physical. She prayed like a woman who knew her child was being followed. She wrapped him in worship. She wrapped him in scripture. She wrapped him in faith. Because when destiny attracts darkness, only covering can keep it alive. Then one evening, the wind stopped. My brother was walking alone. Firewood on his head. Fear in his heart before he even understood why. That was the first time darkness spoke to him clearly. It told him he belonged elsewhere. That his body might be claimed by God. But his destiny could be shared. My brother ran. He dropped everything and ran. And for the first time, darkness laughed. That night, it came to our door. Not with violence, not with shouting, but with confidence. My mother stood between him and the house, the Bible in her hands, fire in her spirit. What followed was not an argument. It was a declaration. She chose God. She chose light. She cancelled every agreement made without her consent. The wind rose again. Not in anger, but in warning. Darkness stepped back. Not defeated, just delayed. Because some battles are not finished in one night. As the years passed, my brother found his voice. In church. When he sang, people cried without knowing why. They said he was anointed. They said he was special. They said he must be protected. But even there, even in holy places, darkness watched quietly, waiting. One evening, as the sun bled into the horizon, my brother asked my mother a question no child should have to ask. Why me? She smiled the way strong women smile when they are tired but faithful.
Why me?
Because you're
And she
special,
told him
son.
the truth. Chosen people do not live simple lives. They fight double battles. I watched them walk home that day. A mother and her son. Unaware that from the shadows below, the same eyes were still watching. Waiting. Because destiny had been announced. And darkness does not forget. What happened next will shock you.